Good morning and welcome to Hunky Dory Craft TV. Happy Friday. My name's Amy Wilkes and I'm going to be presenting the show today. My very first time,
woo,
so
woo.
Wish me luck everyone. I might need it. So helping me, supporting me, guiding me today, we've got Jess. Good morning. And Natalie in the demonstration area.
Good morning everyone. I'm very excited about this collection.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
So pretty.
So I took this to Hobby Maker yesterday and had 2 shows on it, and it was so busy.
It was
Everyone
so popular.
Just loved it, didn't they?
I'm not surprised though. Like when you think of these 2 things together, like first of all, I just think of like luxury. I think of like, it reminds me of like Great Gatsby. It's just two themes that just go hand in hand together.
It does. It just works perfectly, didn't it? We were talking about it's like upstairs Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And for the older generation, we remembered the House of Elliot.
Yeah.
So the 1920s fashion houses.
It's just stunning.
It's just put on your finest party dresses and prepare for such.
Doesn't it make you feel a bit glamorous as well? Like even when you're crafting with it, it's very glamorous, very romantic as well. Some of the artwork in here.
It is.
It's really
we've got
nice.
It's for women and men, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really
definitely. Good. But it is going to be the most elegant Christmas collection yet.
100%.
Decadent, glamorous, and festive cheer. Yesterday when I was looking at it, it just put me in a good mood.
It does.
It just looked like.
It does.
I love nothing better than getting dressed up and just.
It made me want to go shopping. It made me want to go shopping and just buy loads of fancy big ball gowns. That's what it made me want to do.
Everything makes me want to go shopping, to be honest. So before we have a look at the collection, let's have a look at our Win It Weekly. So, to be in with a chance to win the Christmas Colour Block Pads bundle worth £31.96, you just need to like, share and comment, and we'll announce we've got 4 winners later in the show. So the question is, roughly how many miles does Santa travel per second when delivering presents? Is it A, 1,800 miles? Is it B, 2,300 miles? Or is it C, 3,900 miles? So this is the prize you're going to be winning, the Christmas Colour Block Pads, and you've got them in the matte finish and the silk finish. So these are going to be perfect for all of your Christmas makes.
Some of these colours will work really nicely with the collection we've got on today as well.
They will, like especially the yellows as well, and the burgundies.
Yellow will work so nicely.
And those darker blues. So we've got the classic Christmas in the matte and the silk. And then we've also got, I love this one.
I like
the
this.
Frosted Christmas, again in the silk and the matte.
This is my type of Christmas colour palette. I really like the more like cooler but like quite trendy colours.
Yes, more
like,
modern.
Yeah, I love classic Christmas, but I really like that modern colour.
But I think these as well, because they're paperweight, they're going to be perfect if you're sending your cards in the post.
Yeah.
And maybe need to be a bit more careful on the weight of your cards. But these are going to be perfect. So don't forget, like, share and comment for your chance to win.
That question makes me feel a bit queasy, you know. Like I get travel sick quite easily, and the thought of going that fast, yeah.
But there is quite a lot of presents to deliver.
There is so many. Yeah, there is. He does a good job. We can't. You know, he does a very good job to get all the presents out in that amount of time. So, I just hope he feels all right. Think about all the sherry and the mince pies he's eating, and going that fast.
But then he does have the rest of the year just to.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why he needs 364 days, because he is wiped.
So looking then at our collection today, it is the Festive Decadence. So have we got a VT?
Nice.
So how amazing does that collection look? We were just commenting while we
Honestly.
were watching the VT.
Every single card that's been made is beautiful.
It's classic but
Yeah.
contemporary. You've got such a gorgeous colour palette running through
It's
it.
so nice.
You've got the traditional Christmas sort of reds, the darker reds and
Yeah.
the greens, maybe the darker blues, but then you've got this vibrant yellow.
Yeah,
And some of the softer tones as
And I
well.
love that like bluey green as well that we've got in there. It's kind of like an icy teal almost.
It is
it's
gorgeous.
really nice.
So, and they would work really well, like you said earlier, with the colour block pads.
100%.
Definitely.
100%.
So, in the Festive Decadence Ultimate Collection, you can see on the screen
Look
there,
at it.
look at all of those things you're going to get with it. So, you're going to get the luxury topper collection. So, you've got 8 topper sheets, 4 designs, 2 of each.
Yeah.
You've got the 8 foiled cardstock and then the 8 printed cardstock. You've then got 24 of your gorgeous inserts that are just perfect for just the finishing touch. When you make a card this classy and this
Yeah.
glamorous, you really do need the inserts to finish it off. So there's 8 designs, 3 of each with the inserts, and then you get the gorgeous picture perfect pads.
That pad, I struggled so much to pick an image.
I know.
think with all of it. I think with all of it, I've struggled to pick a design that I want to do my demos on because I just love every single image that's in there.
Yeah, I did that when I was prepping my demos for Hobby Maker yesterday. I was doing 6 demos and I picked a few pages out. I like to lay it all out, and then I was like, oh no, I like that one as well. And before I knew it, I had sort of 9 or 10. I thought I cannot do all of those. So we're just going to go through and show you the gorgeous imagery and foiling on these topper sheets, so you can see every space on the topper sheets is filled.
It's absolutely jam-packed.
So you've got your toppers with your frames, you've got your smaller elements as well, just to add your finishing touches to your card.
I think the accent foiling in this collection is where really elevates it.
And we were saying yesterday, it's just
gorgeous.
enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too much, but you've just got, it just catches the light.
It's so pretty. You've got that beautiful like snowfall that's just sort of like covering all of the artwork as well to bring it into that Christmas theme, but it is just truly, truly magnificent.
And the other thing that we love about this collection, it's festive, but it's not just Christmas.
No.
We're thinking party season
Yeah.
as well, New Year's Eve, any Christmas weddings.
Yes.
So this topper here says it's party season. I love this one, make memories that last forever.
It's really nice, that
So that
image,
would be
isn't
perfect
it?
for a wedding card, wouldn't it? So you've got that sheet there, and then I'll show you the coordinating foiled and printed cardstock to go with it.
I
So
love
these are
the
just
details.
gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
You could maybe fussy cut
I know.
around this
Fussy
one.
cutting's going to be a dream with this collection. I just love even the subtle sort of Art Deco designs that we've got running throughout the cardstock as well. It might just be like a border strip or another element, but it's it's amazing. There's
And
no
then
other
you
words.
could fussy cut this one out, couldn't you? And then
Yeah.
use the other part of the cardstock for a background. So you've got the gorgeous, that's sort of like the black and the yellows on there. And then we've got
This one as well.
the gorgeous blue tones. And it's really nice that you've got the couple, isn't it?
Yeah,
Again, you make the world special just by being you.
love that sentiment.
So
It's
different
pretty.
sentiments, isn't it? Ones that I've not seen before.
Sentiments as well that aren't, like you say, specifically for Christmas.
Yes.
So they're going to be
Which is always nice
perfect.
if you don't get time to use it all. There's going to be events throughout the year that you're going to be able to use it with as
I
well.
love that one. This is really nice. The accent foiling on that border is so pretty.
It's beautiful. And yesterday I fussy cut around the leaves around here
Nice.
and did it as a strip on the front of sneak peek the acetate that goes with this collection.
The acetate.
So we'll have that in the show later on as well. But again, just a gorgeous
The compositions of the
Colours.
designs, the Dawn who's designed this collection, she's really cleverly like put it all together. I think it just makes it the cardstock. Oh, I love this one too.
And then look at this. You couldn't physically get anything else on that sheet,
No,
could you?
we've literally got every single section
But
covered.
you've got the frames, the toppers, you've got the different sizes.
And with that one as well, at least 4 cards, if not 5, if you're very, very
Definitely.
frugal.
And if you buy other things that work with this
Yeah.
collection, it's going to extend it even more. But again, you can
Lovely
see
details.
you could trim this corner piece and add it on. Oh, we love this one.
That Christmas tree's beautiful.
And you can see all the different colours in it. This sort of tealy green.
Yeah, it's almost like sagey, but like a bluey sage. It's so nice, but again, it works so beautifully with like that hunter green, and then you've got the touches of gold and silver coming through as well. Really
And then
nice.
here you've got the sort of the more paler blue. You've got your sentiment strips as well. A range of different sentiments to use. These tags here have already got the holes punched.
Yeah.
So you could use your ribbons, another sneak peek,
I
to
love
thread
that.
through those and add to your cards. Or if you're making...
And it's going to be a more is more collection with this, isn't
Definitely.
it? Everything that we've
My
got, you're going to
favourite
want
things.
to add everything to your cards.
But I just love that it's all going to
nice.
coordinate perfectly together. Just look
So
at the
pretty.
stone. I love this
that
one.
image is so nice.
We said yesterday how lovely it would look with the snowfall acetate wrapped around it to create a really snowy scene, and then just add your topper to it.
Gorgeous.
So that is your topper set and your card stock. Try to keep it tidier than I normally keep my desk. And then we move on to the inserts. So there's 24 inserts that way. That's it.
How
Yeah, 8 designs, 3 of each. So you can see the imagery is going to be replicated from the topper sheet,
Yeah.
but more muted, so a softer image.
I just think it's so stunning. I love how it's like the main image that's the focus on here. It's so pretty.
But don't forget with your inserts as well, they're uncoated.
Yeah.
So you can ink onto them.
If you've got any like stamps from previous Art Deco collections, you could be using those for your sentiments.
Or we were saying if you find a nice sort of Art Deco font and
Oh,
print
yeah,
onto them.
that would look good.
So you
So
can
I
just
love
see.
that image. That wreath is just beautiful.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? How these are just going to complete your cards and just give that really professional finish.
They're
Especially if
so
you're selling them as well.
Yeah.
I think if you
Yeah.
put an insert on, add an insert, you can
It
sort of
instantly
charge more
looks
of a
so
premium,
good, doesn't
can't
it?
you? And then I think, are we allowed favourites?
Of course. Always. A picture perfect pad is definitely my favourite in
This
every collection.
there's 4 of each page, so it's double-sided, so you don't have to choose which side you're going to use. You've got both sides, so it's 48 double-sided pages.
Oh, look at that. 270 elements for you to use.
But you'll be able to see the imagery on here, how it coordinates with your topper
Oh,
sheet.
I love it.
with
And then
your
the
card
background
stock.
pages. There is nothing better than Art Deco patterns.
I love them.
It's
yeah.
so
You can
good.
see you're going to get 4 of each. So if you're unsure of what papers to use,
Yeah.
with which toppers, this is going to really help you to work that out.
It's
but you can
so
see,
good.
and they're a good size. This is an 8x8.
Yeah. So you've got sort of
Paper
like
pads.
really easy tiles to cut out. So you've got like 2x2 squares, you've got 4x6 squares. Some of them are a bit square as well, so they'll be like 4x4. But they're super easy to use.
Yes. So you could use your trimmer, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Just cut along that line and down there.
Yeah.
I said what
Instant toppers.
I might do is save 2 pages for the background papers.
That's a good idea.
And then cut the toppers out the 2 pages.
Yeah.
In fact, who am I kidding? I'd buy 2 books. We know I would.
Look at that one though. I love that.
Enjoy the festive season. And this one, it's time to dance like nobody's watching.
Love that.
I think
So
for
good.
like an 18th birthday or a 21st, something, a
It's
really
just so
special
glamorous.
occasion.
It's so pretty.
But again, you can add the sentiments to the topper sheets as well.
You can. That's going to help even more, especially when you're getting the most out of those toppers.
But you can see all the different colours. You've got
Oh,
the
I love
black
that.
and the gold on that one, and then you've got this more sort of the greeny with the white snowflakes on. it's all just going to coordinate perfectly.
It's so nice.
And like Natalie said earlier, you've got the male and female, so for anniversary cards as well.
Engagement cards are going to look really nice in this.
I just love all the extras, like the shoes and the...
It's really pretty,
sort of
isn't
the
it? You've got those like
it's
nice
just
fashion
the finishing
sort of
touches
elements to go with it. Oh, so good. Every single sheet, I just love it.
I know, every time we go to one, I think
really
that's my
love it.
favourite. No, we'll go to the next one. But look, the fireworks maybe for New Year's Eve.
You could be making like little party invites, can't you, with this one? And there's so many images that you could use for like different people.
Yeah, or favour boxes if you're having a party with some of the cardstock.
Sweet.
Put these little pictures on. But that is gorgeous. So that is your picture perfect pad. So for the full collection, it is £31.97. So you are saving £8. So theoretically, you're getting the inserts for free.
Absolutely,
Okay?
absolutely.
And like I say, if you're selling your cards, you can add a premium with those inserts.
Yeah.
It's even better. So that is the ultimate collection. If you just want the topper collection, if toppers are what you use most, or you want an extra set to use with that picture perfect pad, they are $19.99 or $17.99 if you're in Diamond Club.
Yeah.
So that's your 8 topper sheets that you get with those. So it's 4 designs, 2 of each. The inserts, like we said, they are come free if you buy the Ultimate Collection, but they are $7.99. If you know, and I'm sure you will, are going to love this kit and make lots and lots of cards, it might be that you need at least an extra set of those inserts. So they are available at $7.99. And then if you want an extra copy of this, maybe one to cut up, one just to look at.
Yeah.
Just want to keep on the
so
shelf.
Pretty.
How many of us do that? Then this is just $11.99 and £10.79 if you are in the Diamond Club.
So good.
So, should we go to a demo?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so excited because honestly, I struggled so much with what to do, but I think I need to use this image because it is my favourite across the whole of the collection. I'm just trying to find, though, my cardstock that matches this one. I might mix and match them as well because you absolutely can do that too. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take this image out from here and we are going to sneak peek because there's absolutely no way that I can use this collection without bringing like the acetate in that we've got with this. So I think I'm going to use these two because I love this sentiment as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in this cardstock. We've already got this image on that we can use if we want to. But I'm really going to kind of like focus on the beautiful acetate that we've got here, and I love the Art Deco borders that we've got on this one too, and I think you can very easily use it both ways. So we are going to create like a stepper card with this one. So what I'm going to do is I need to decide what size I want this to be. So let me just use this guide on here.
I absolutely love this acetate.
I think what I'm going to do is if I don't even want to trim it that much, but if I take a little bit off each side, so I'm going to just take two notches, 2/8 of an inch off each edge. That's going to bring this down to 8 inches, and it's just going to help with making sort of like my layers for this card. So I'm going to bring in my, oh, there's not a score, oh there is, it's hiding. I'm going to bring in the scoreboard and I'm going to score this at 4. I'm going to score it at 8, and then I am going to score this at let's go for 9.5, and then I'm just going to mark this because then I want another at 11 because we're going to do a 8x4, and then I've got a little sort of like step here. So if I just line that up with that marking, make sure it's that score line is lined up with 1.5, and we can just cut through that, and then we're going to bring this back in. So when you're creating card blanks from acetate like I'm going to do here, that's kind of going to be the main focus because this cardstock's so gorgeous and you've got so many other elements you can really use, like the other bits you're going to get with your cardstock to use to create card blanks from, and we've got such a variety of elements within this kit that you could be creating your card blanks from, but I think with Art Deco, like we said before, more is more.
Definitely. I made a stepper card yesterday with this exact acetate.
It's so pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to do it this way, and look how well it stands up. It's absolutely stunning. I'm going to bring in this cardstock, and now I know that my back panel is going to be 4x8. I'm just going to make a piece that's 1 notch smaller, just so I can really tuck it into that acetate, and then we are going to do this panel by 8. So I'll just pop that on there. And then I've still got all of this cardstock that I could use with other elements. That's a whole other
card, isn't it? You could probably even make an 8x8
this with this on. And then maybe some gemstones. Maybe you could like die cut some elements as well from dies that we might have coming up. Who knows? But there's loads that you can do with that there. So I'm going to place this under here, and that's going to fit in there really nicely. I'm going to add this with my red liner tape. And of course you can hide your workings by trimming down your insert to be able to go in here as well.
They're always good for doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, especially because you'll need somewhere to write on when you're making cards this fancy. So having your insert on the back just gives you place to pop your message. So let's take that off there.
I don't think I've ever seen cards in shops that are made from acetate. They might have a small section of acetate
like
on
the tiniest bit, but it's always like the really thin, flimsy one for like an
and they're always a premium
something.
price, aren't they?
And you're like, how are you charging this much for this card when I could make something that's even more better and it stands up so much nicer than this one does?
I mean, you can just see the quality of the acetate, can't you? That it stands up on its own.
So good. So let's add our images. And I'm just going to pop this down like this so I can just see where I want these to go. Because what I love about these with Art Deco as well is that you can kind of separate them a little bit and make them look a bit more framey. So what I'm thinking is if I want to have those acetate borders out of view quite a bit. So if I pop this one up a little bit and then maybe stick this down here, I'm thinking that I can pop this design over here. I just need a little bit of space so that I'm not going to be covering up that main image that much because it's so pretty. You don't want to be sort of hiding that around. So let's go with that. And then we've also got some other elements, and we do have some ribbon coming up in this collection, so I might just get some ribbon. I know we've got gold, so if I steal, I don't know if I've got some down there actually.
What colour do you want?
Just the gold one, I think. Yeah, we'll take it from here. Thank you. Oh no, someone's knotted it. This is fun. There we go. I'll take that, and I think I'm going to wrap this around here and just do a little bow. So I'm going to mark the back of here with a pencil, if I've got one. There we go.
It's just lovely to have ribbon with the collection, isn't it? I've got a huge bag of ribbon at home, but I've never quite got the right colour.
No.
When I've made a card.
It's always like the nicest thing about buying collections like this that have got everything you need is that you don't have to think, you can just craft. So I'm going to use foam pads for this, but because you are going to be able to see those foam pads, you just want to be really, really clever with how you're popping them on. So trying to keep them as neat as possible, trying to make sure that there's no spacing in your foam pads as well. That helps. You can obviously cut around this frame, or you could use your dies and sort of create an image that sticks on the back there. But if you're really neat and tidy with how you use these, it's never that messy. So I'm going to just pop that, and I know it needs to just sit where that line is going to go, and that's going to sit really nicely. You could also add some more acetate behind that if you wanted to. Then let's make sure I'm popping that in the right place.
I mean, this could be sent for so many different occasions, couldn't it?
So many. I'm going to pop that on here, I'm going to get some of my chunkier foam pads now. And I know that I can go under here with that one. So if I just pop that down, and then where else are we going? Let's just pop a piece up this side, but I don't want to go the whole way up because again it is gonna, you don't want it to be going over the edge there. And then I'm also, if I pop a piece there, then I know that that is going to fit in really nicely. So again, just bring that topper in so you can make sure we're going to get this in the right space. That can go there, and then this one I'm going to double it up and to make sure I'm popping that where I need it to go. Oh, do you know what will be great here? Your 4mm foam pads.
Oh, are they coming soon?
They're coming soon. They are coming soon. But we don't. We had the chance to have some in the office, but then we ended up using them on Hobby Maker. So what we did have in the other day has already gone again. So let's pop that on there.
So Kat on Facebook says, will they reckon buying and using craft supplies are different hobbies?
Yes, it's true.
Most definitely. I definitely have both of those hobbies.
Especially when a collection's so beautiful, like a lot of our Christmas ones have been. It's a struggle to know what you want and what you don't want. So I'm going to use, let me just make sure I've got enough. If I pop that on there, I'm just going to trim this down, and then I'm going to use my red liner tape. So I'm just going to flatten this out. I'm going to use my thinnest one. My red liners are stuck together at the moment. It's very pesky. So let's pop that on there, and I'm just going to stick.
I don't think the heat helps. Mine yesterday didn't.
Oh, the heat is not helping.
Didn't really play ball.
Do you know what's magical about the heat though, Amy? I bought four chocolate bars to go in your chocolate box that we created with the envelopes.
Oh, with the envelope making.
And I thought, I'm going to put these in my car. They are not going to be chocolate by the time I get to work tomorrow. And miraculously, it was absolutely fine. There was no problem with it at all.
Right.
I was so surprised. So I'm going to stick this down on here. I'm hoping that's stuck. There we go. And then, because we don't want it to sort of move or come out of place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with that red liner tape again. And when you stick in ribbon, sometimes you can get, you can kind of see where that is. So I always do the thinnest red liner tape instead of doing the medium sized one, which is the same width as your ribbon. I always
just in case it hangs over the sides.
A little bit smaller, because I feel like it doesn't stick as much. I've just stuck that the whole way across there. So I need to bring this one in.
Yeah, Fiona says red liner tape is very much pesky and then some.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's good. You know, if you use it on your cards, they're not going to come
They're not going to come off at all. And then what I'm going to do is just tie this in a little bow now. So I've got my sort of placement where I want it to be, and then I can just, I think, pop that in there. Oh, and then you can just play around with how big you want that bow to be, where you want that positioning to be. I tuck that tail through that little.
Good. Sam on Facebook says, I'm thinking I can get this collection, then donate some of my older topper sets to my craft class.
That's a nice idea.
Excuses, but I'm having it. We don't need an excuse to buy more craft. What a lovely idea to give some of them to your craft class to enjoy as well.
This would be such a nice collection to do with a craft class, because it is so glamorous, and you could buy a full topper and then sort of split it up if you wanted to, because you do get 8 toppers in there. So, or, you know, buy it with a friend as well. So I think I'm happy with my little bow there. And then you can just bring that back up, add that on, and then
that looks beautiful.
You've got that gorgeous detail.
It's just
with
so
the design.
Elegant, isn't it?
It's so pretty. It is honestly such a magnificent collection.
The way that foiling just catches the light. But you know, if that was on your mantelpiece at home, your fireplace or your craft store, people will
People are going to ask you
notice
questions
it,
about
won't
that,
they?
aren't they?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
But you can see that with the supplies you've got here,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to make all these types of cards.
Possibilities are endless, really.
They are. Well, then we both struggled, didn't we, to
Yeah.
choose? Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So next up, we'll go through the some of the other supplies you can buy that go with this collection. So again, it will just extend what you can do with it. So first of all, we've got this gorgeous luxury foiled acetate. So first of all, we've got the gorgeous, it's like fireworks,
It's so
isn't
good.
it?
I
you've
love
got
that one.
It's the gold, but then obviously on the reverse, you've got the silver. So again, you could use this all year round, maybe a celebration birthday or...
Birthdays, graduations.
Yeah, passing your exams.
They would look really good with that.
So again, although it's called festive, it's not going to be just for the Christmas season. Then you've got this gorgeous one that Natalie used in that demonstration with the 2 strips either side.
I love the design.
It's gorgeous.
One.
Again, non-festive, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can use it all year round. Maybe if you bought some of our other Art Deco collections.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe time to get those back out.
Mix and match in them.
How you can use them with this as well. Then you've got the gorgeous, we said it was like draped curtains, maybe in like a stately home.
It's very
you
nice.
Could even use your craft markers to colour in the reverse of that if you wanted to. And then lastly, the gorgeous snowflakes to make your snowflake scenes. So 4 of each of 4 designs with those ones, and they are $11.99. Then we've got, here we are, the foiled edge to edge cardstock. This has got to be one of my favourite colours.
It's very pretty.
I don't know
one.
What's the name of this one. Has it got a name? It's almost like a steely grey,
it's something,
but with a hint of the blue in as
like
well, isn't it?
It's maybe like a I want to say it's something to do with clouds. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's something to do with clouds, the name of that one, but it's really pretty.
So with the edge to edge foil cardstock, you get 16 sheets. You've got 8 foil designs in each of 2 adorable scoreable colourways. So you've got the stars, and that would make a gorgeous night sky. Maybe if you've got a Santa on a sleigh or rooftops, that would look perfect with that. And then this one, you've got the corners done. Almost looks like shells as well. So you've got that in the 2 colourways. Then this
love that.
matches the acetate, doesn't it? So again, you could replicate the card that Natalie's just made using this. And I love this sort of the holly green, isn't it? So when you've got your toppers, have a look. You'll probably be able to use at least 3 or 4 of these colourways with each of the topper sheets. So again, you can see edge to edge. So you don't need to use the whole sheet cut into it. Again, the gorgeous that way.
I love this one.
Snowdrift.
And that's going to work so nicely with so many images that you've got in your paper pad too, with that really nice cream colour.
I think with the foil card, it just, like we've said, extends the collection. Look at that one, the way it catches.
It's so nice.
Catches the light there. Again, it's not necessarily just for Christmas, and you've got that gorgeous sort of bronze colour.
Love that one.
I love this. Oh, I keep doing that, sorry.
It's
You
so
can see
nice.
A celebration, a party for New Year. Just see how you're going to use. You might be looking at these and the toppers and already thinking about which cardstock you would use with the toppers.
And I think that's what's great about it, isn't it? Is that you do that and you can see how everything works so nicely together.
But with such different colour combinations as well.
It's gorgeous.
So that's your edge-to-edge foil cardstock. So that's 16 sheets. So it's $9.99, or if you are in the Diamond Club, just $8.99. Then we all need adorable scoreable. So this has been chosen so that it perfectly coordinates with the collection. So again, you've got 24 sheets of this. So it's 8 different colours, 3 of each. So you can see how it matches with the foiled cardstock that we've just gone through as well. And some of those toppers in the collection.
Isn't it just stunning? I absolutely love it.
But again, you cut into this, you don't need to use the whole sheet on each card. Got that gorgeous green again.
I love that green. It's so, so pretty.
Hunter green.
Everything about
Names
it
on the
is
back.
just so nice.
So 3 of each, that's just $9.99 or $8.99 if you are in the Diamond Club. And then lastly, we've got the Miri selection. Oh, I absolutely love this. So you've got 16 sheets, you've got 8 different colours, 2 of each. So I always use Miri on it, or
Everything.
probably at least 95% of my cards. Usually it's gold or silver, isn't it? So this is gorgeous to sort of go with the collection. You can just see how this is going to catch the light and sort of work so well with that gold foiling that you've got on the toppers as well. So bring in your images from your picture perfect pad, mat, and lay them onto these. You can just see, I love that one. Sort of the blue tones there as well. But again, 16 sheets, that gorgeous deep red. So it's $8.99, or if you are in the Diamond Club, just £8.09. Shall I show you some cards?
Yes.
Not that I forgot in the first section.
There's so many gorgeous cards though that we made here.
There is, and they're just,
we didn't have that much time to do them, but we love this collection so much.
And they're just all so different, aren't they?
Yeah.
The different colours, the different themes.
And even the toppers that use the same design, like the cards are completely different, and none of them are the same.
And I love the fact you can make all sizes of cards, can't you? This is quite a small one, so you've just got 2 of your topper and images from the picture perfect pad, and then just small piece of cardstock, and you've got a gorgeous card made. This one, the card blank has been done with acetate, that gorgeous firework acetate, and then the topper on the front.
So pretty that.
And then just using, again, you don't need to use a lot of the cardstock, do you, to make just stunning cards. I used this image yesterday at Hobby Maker with some black feathers.
Nice.
And I look at this one.
That's very nice, isn't it?
How gorgeous is that? We've got that image that's been fussy cut. This is a sneak peek of the die that we've got coming up as well. But you can see you don't need to use a lot of each of the elements in the collection to make stunning cards. There you've got your gorgeous stepper. So it's been made using that gorgeous foiled cardstock. So again, just have a look when your collection arrives and see all the different things you can do with it. Again, that's been made with the acetate on the front and the small panel inside.
I love that one.
I just love the imagery of this one.
It's gorgeous. I love the fussy cutting. When I saw that, that was the first thing I thought. I was like, that needs fussy cutting.
Yes.
That side panel.
And that's what I love about our collections. When you look at it, you can instantly see what you could do with it and how you're going to be able to use it. And then look at this one, an 8x8. So make memories that last forever. And then the gorgeous cardstock there.
These cards will last forever because you won't want to take them down.
I know, they're definitely ones to save, aren't they? And again, you've got the imagery there coordinating. So fussy cut out of the printed cardstock and added the coordinating topper onto there with that snowflake acetate.
Really nice design, that one. They're just beautiful.
And then this is like DL size, isn't it?
I like that. A great way to use all of those slimline
so
toppers that we've got.
Yeah, maybe if you've used all the larger toppers, this is a perfect idea for just using maybe some of those smaller elements in the set. But you can just see how stunning, how different, but from the same collection.
So nice.
All the cards that you can make. So don't forget, go ahead and buy some of those elements to coordinate with
Definitely, because you will need
collection.
them. You will need them.
Okay for a demo?
Yeah, let's do it. So, I'm just prepping ahead here because I've got an idea, but I haven't tried it. My favourite type of thing to do. So, We're going to make a diorama card, but we're going to do it very Art Deco way. I'm going to use some cardstock, I'm going to use some mirri, I'm going to use some of the paper pad as well. So this is the cardstock we're going to use, and you're going to want to do this twice. So I was just having a little test, because the first time I decided to do this, I didn't put like extra stepper bits in, so I'd done my measurements, but I hadn't thought about how it was going to sort of sit. So you want to start by cutting down your cardstock. So you're going to cut that down to, oh, I'm stuck, 7 inches. So you want to cut your gold down to that. You're going to cut your foiled, and then you're going to cut the gold version down as well. So you can kind of see with the scores that I've added here, sort of what this is going to look like, but it is going to be completely different. I've already cut that one down. So now we are going to add these scores. Now, if you're like me, you want to do scoring and cards like this with ease. So I always try and work my measurements out so I can do it exactly just on one side and then flip it over and repeat the design. So we're going to score it at 1, and then we're going to score it at 1 1/4. And then we are going to score this at 3 1/4. So this is going to give me a 1 inch panel, a 1/4 inch, a 2 inch panel, and then again I'm going to score that at the 1/4 again. So then we're going to flip it over, I'm going to do exactly the same. So we're going to do a 1, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, and 3 1/2. And now that will leave you with a panel in the middle that is 4 3/4. So that is enough space for what we want to do here. So the next step to make this really, really Art Deco-y is to sort of cut our sides. So I'm going to take my pencil again, and making sure that I'm doing this on the top, I'm just going to mark down to the 2 inch mark on both sides. So 2 inches there, 2 inches there. I'll bring in my mirror as well, flatten this out, and we're going to mark that 2 inches there, and then just slide that across, and 2 inches on here. And then you're going to bring your trimmer back in, and I'm going to line up my back square line, my back sort of rectangle line from the base to that point, and I'm just going to score that, and I'm going to cut it away, sorry, and I'm going to do it on both sides. So that's that one.
And people can go back and re-watch these.
Yeah, you can go back and re-watch
measurements for this as well.
Re-watch these designs, but you're just wanting to go from that point to the very last score on each of your images here. So that one, to that one, and then we are going to probably bring in our trimmer again. Before we get to doing anything super fancy though, I am going to grab my image that we're going to use. So I'm going to use this design here. Now what I've done is I've cut this out using my trimmer, and I've made sure that it is 6 by 4 in size, and then I've done some fussy cutting. So we're just going to finish that off because what we're going to do is create like a frame for this design here. So I'm going to pop that out. That's my last piece, and you can see you've got that stunning image there of that girl. And then what I'm going to do with this section here, and instead of cutting it out and then cutting her away because I'll lose more of this background, I am just going to cut straight into the design. And these are so easy to fussy cut as well. They're gorgeously big images, so you're not going to have any problem with cutting these away.
I think we always get that done really well here at Hunky Dory, don't we? The images are so detailed, yet they're simple enough to fussy cut, aren't they, as well?
So easy to just follow sort of like the designs that we've got in here. And you do have quite a lot of detail in these ones as well, but they're not overly fancy, so they are super handy to sort of follow around. And then I'm just going to line her up on here because my image has come from our design team box. I know that this is a little bit larger than it needs to be, so I'm just going to trim this away. You won't have to do this because yours will be trimmed perfectly to 8 by 8. And then I'm just going to take out this little piece here where our arm is.
So Michelle on Facebook says very few of us use our collections immediately when they arrive.
I know.
But I think this is going to be one
That you
when
really
you open
you have
it,
to do
you
it,
will
don't
want
you?
to start crafting straight away with it.
So then what I've done is I've got a piece of mirri, and I have made my mirri 1/4 of an inch bigger than 6x4. And then I took a pencil and I just marked in the corner here about where that was going to line up. So then that gave me a frame which had a little bit more mirri on. We're going to stick this directly onto the front of our card. So we're doing this in stages because again, I want to create an aperture here. So I'm going to fussy cut out this rectangle, and you can use your trimmer to do that if you wanted to. Sometimes when I'm doing it like this though, I just find it easier to do this by hand. So I'm going to line that up, mind my head if it's in the way, onto here, and then I'm going to take my knife in. I just find that if you're cutting it more than once, sometimes you and you do it separately, sometimes you can find that you then have to go back in and fussy cut it out. So it's just easier to stick it down and then fussy cut out the panels that you need. So I'm going to take this piece out and then keep any of this behind, because this now is perfect to use with other elements to add onto the front of your card. And then again, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to use my tape runner. I'm going to be really careful about just popping it on this outside frame. So then this will be the front of our card already done. And maybe some people can sort of see where we're going with this card. Hopefully I'm going to surprise you though with my next step.
I don't know what you're going to do. So Michelle has said one of the best things about Hunky Dory collections is that they don't date.
No.
And I think that's so true with this. It's such a classic collection. You're going to be able to use it
year after year
well,
after
that's
year.
if you've got any of it left.
Yeah.
I would be
Good
using
luck.
it all up. Yeah.
If you can refrain from not using this one, because it is really pretty. So just lining up those edges, and then it will all come together quite nicely. And what you can do then is, if there is any pieces that are a little bit slightly over, you can go back in with your knife. So I'm just going to go in here on this panel and then around this section like so. Oops. And
This is looking
pick
stunning.
that out. I'm hoping so. In my head it looks really good.
It
So I'm hoping
definitely
it
will.
transforms when I've finished it.
We like fussy cutting, don't we?
Love fussy
Yeah.
cutting. And like I said, because this is squares and sort of like rectangles, it's really, really easy to just get your blades in there and just cut those bits away. So I think I need to do it because I can just see it and it's a little bit annoying. Just going over those extra lines there. Popping that out. Oh. And we can tidy up those bits. So this is going to be the front of my card, and then this gorgeous girl is going to be decoupaged on top of here, so I can get more of those elements. And I'm going to get one of these really large ones just to go around this section here, because that is going to look really pretty on there. I can then,
Yeah, if you are ordering any of this collection, your 3D foam pads are going to be
so good.
so good to add to this.
So I'm going to layer that up on there. So you've got that little bit of dimension from the clock. And then let's go in and we can score all of these scores. So these ones now, and you want to make sure that you're really burnishing these scores for when we bring this card to life. So I'm just going to pop that down.
Everyone's loving this card. Fiona says it looks amazing so far. People are going to re-watch
And if you've
Copy what
got
you've
like bigger cardstock as well, or you just make the frame from 8x8, you can make these extra panels here a little bit thicker, but I just wanted to show you that you can do a card like this from your 8x8. So this is going to be the front of our card.
love it.
It looks really cool, doesn't it? And then this is going to be the back of our card. Now to elevate this even more, I'm going to sneak peek this fantastic panel die. So let me just get all of the extra bits out because I want to make sure that this cuts beautifully from here. We've just got a few bits of cardstock remnants in this die.
And it looks a really intricate die, which it is, but yesterday when I did it, I literally only had to run it through once. Yep. You don't have to keep putting it through your die cutting machine.
So I'm going to pop that in the centre of this panel.
Oh, I'm loving this.
I'm going to add this on. And because this is like the back of our card as well, it's going to have that nice sort of like aperture again in the back. And then let's pop this through with your die cutting machine. Now, definitely would recommend using your magnetic sheet with this one. And it might be one as well that you find cuts better landscape, cuts better the other way around. But let's pop this in. I'm so happy that these plates are still flat as well.
Oh no, not for long.
We're doing well, we're doing well. It's been a month already, I think, since we replaced them. So we're not doing too bad. I'm going to run this through.
Susan said, oh Natalie, this is gorgeous. Like I said, black and gold is so classy.
It's so classy. I'm just going to twist this and run it through one more time because I've just can see a little section here that it just hasn't cut as well as I want. So
that's what it's always important, isn't it, to tape? You use your tape to
you don't want it to be moving. See if we can reverse that back as well. And take your time as well, because you've got different pressure points in your machines. If it doesn't cut first time, it's not a problem. Some dies just need a little bit more extra help. And now look at this one. It's cut beautifully. So I'm going to lift
the reveal.
this. Hopefully I can lift the whole thing from here. And most of it is cut out. Oh, it's so good.
It's just a gorgeous stamp.
We can just get rid of the rest of this. And then again, if you want to add extra elements to it, or maybe because when you've run this through your machine, it's obviously lost a little bit of the structure of the cardstock. You could put some acetate behind here. You could use some of your other cardstock from your foiled selection, from your mirror as well. A different coloured mirror would look really nicely. I think I've got most of the pieces out here now. Another little poke of this bit here.
That's such a good idea. They're talking on here about making a template for the card.
Oh yeah.
So when you're trialing out new card shapes,
yeah,
I always do that. Do it in just
scrap
white card, and
then
it. If it works, keep hold of that template, and you'll have it there. So if one day you're unsure of what sort of card you want to make,
and then you've got like a booklet then of like templates that you can just come back to time and time again, and you know that those templates work. It is a really good idea, and I think if you could categorize them as well, like I would definitely use this as like an Art Deco theme.
Yes.
So you could like have that in there. So then we're just going to go and rescore all of those lines, give them a really good burnish.
Andrew says, how lucky are we all getting part of Nat's brain for free?
At least it's a part that works.
It's working very well today.
So let's add that on here. Oh, and then what you need to do is stick this down then, and you just need to stick down your two side panels. Oh,
look at that.
It looks really good. Now you don't even have to do like 3 layers like I've done here. You could just do this first layer. I've just done it like extra elongated because I want to add some of the other elements in, so you don't have to do it as wide as I've done, but I'm very pleased with how that's turned out. So red liner tape is going to be your best friend, and you want to go with your super thick one as well. So let's just pop that in there and that on there, and then we can peel off this back in.
I love how with that die as well, it hasn't got the outline cut.
No, it just cuts into that cardstock.
So you can have it whatever size.
So I'm going to stick this onto here. Making sure that all lines up nicely. And then on the other side as well. I just love this collection. I could spend like a week making cards with this.
And they'd all be so different, wouldn't they?
They'd be so different. I wouldn't be sort of like bored or wanting to do anything else. So now what I'm going to do is just decorate the front of this a little bit with some of those gorgeous sentiments that we've got. So may your Christmas sparkle, and I think I'm going to pop it over here so it comes over. Let me show you how easy these are to cut out though, because they are super handy to have. You can just trim along those outside edges, and then this one already is 2 by 2. I'm just going to take a little bit off that size, so then we can just get some mirri, and I'll just take.
I mean, that sentiment already looks like it's been matte and layered, doesn't it? It already looks like it's had some layers added to it.
I'm just going to go 2 notches with my matte and layer. And I'm just using a pocket pad one, and you can actually get 2 of these out of one as well. And then we'll go in with this. You've also got your double-sided papers. You've got your acetate that you could maybe add another panel into this if you wanted to. So that's going to go on here. And then just a really big foam pad, I think. And I'm just going to stick that on there. And then that can go just sort of onto the frame. And then I know that I've got a little bit, this is where your 4 mils are going to come in perfectly, because I can then I think I'll probably need 3 just to get that height about right. And your black foam pads as well with a card like this would look extra special, because you're not going to see
that's a good
the
idea.
workings there either. It's going to make it look nice and tiny, but I'm just going to keep it like that, I think.
Look at that.
It's so, oh, sorry. Oh, no, that way. I don't know which way I'm going now.
That's me that should be doing that. That is absolutely amazing. Everyone has
It's so good.
loved it in the comments. Fiona said my favourite demo of the week, hands
thank
down.
you.
Gold medal to Natalie. Amazing,
I'll
gorgeous
take it.
cards. It's next level for sure. Not sure I could give it away though.
Oh, you could, yeah. Well, when you get used to making it, you could definitely sort of do that. And I'm just thinking, maybe these sides, if you did this at 1.5, then you'd have a little bit more space to play with, so you could make these pieces a little bit wider as well. But I think it's really one of those show-stopping cards that people are going to absolutely love to receive.
Because it's an unusual card blank size, isn't it?
It's an unusual card blank, and it's an unusual shape as well. So yeah, you would definitely be able to like make these up. And how good are they going to look on like your stalls as well? Because you've got the panel on the back, which is see-through as well.
And the back panel, the die,
Just
you're never going to use it up, are you? You're always going to have the die to use, and the gold mirror, I'm sure everyone's got.
Yeah, gold mirror.
The gold mirror.
Definitely.
Absolutely
something, but yeah.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're
Everyone's
welcome.
loved it. So I hope it's given you lots of inspiration of what you're going to be able to do with this collection. So before we go on to the last section of the show, we've got our Win It Weekly. So this is your last chance to enter. We're going to have 4 lucky winners. Each of the prizes worth £31.96, and it's the Christmas colour block pads bundle. Try and say that quickly. So the question is roughly how many miles does Santa travel per second when delivering presents? Is it A, 1,800 miles? Is it B, 2,300 miles? Or is it C, 3,900 miles? So don't forget to like, share and comment. And this is a prize, the 4 colour block pads. You've got the classic Christmas. I'm going to get it right by the end of the show, I promise. So we've got it both in the matte and silk. So that's your classic Christmas. You can see how some of these colours are going to work perfectly with the collection that we've got today. And then you've got the frosted Christmas. So again, those more sort of the paler colours, the pinks.
They're just gorgeous, all of them. Absolutely stunning.
So if you're doing your matte and layering, the paper's perfect, especially if you're sending in the post as well. So the last section of the show, we've got some added extras that you can use with this ultimate collection. So first of all, we've got the ribbon selection. So these have been hand picked so they work perfectly with the collection. So you've got 21 metres, 7 different colours, and you've got 3 metres of each. Again, just a perfect addition. You saw how Natalie used hers on the first card that she made. And 3 metres of each is a lot.
It's a lot.
You're going to be able to get lots of bows made, maybe your tags as well. So just $9.99. If you are in the Diamond Club, it is just $8.99. And that is the colours that you've got on there. So you can just see how they're going to work perfectly. And then lastly, we've got the gorgeous Moonstone cutting dies.
Oh, these are going to be... These aren't going to be in stock by the end of the day, Amy.
I know. I think
These
it's going to be
so nice.
I mean, we know what dies have been like lately, don't we, for selling out, and I think this is going to do the same again, especially after watching the card that Natalie just made. So you've got the Decadent ladies, and then you've got the deco tile background. So these, I'll show you the back of them as well, so you can see the size of them and just how they're going to look on your card. These ones, because of the detail in the dies as well, you can cut them just out of your mirror card. They look good like that. Your adorable scoreable, and then you can fussy cut the dress out and the hair pieces, or you can do it in your Ink Me cardstock and then use your craft markers to colour them in. And the nice thing about dies is you can change the colour scheme, so they're going to coordinate perfectly with any of the toppers, the papers that you've got in this collection. And then you've got the deco tile. You can see how gorgeously it's been used on the front there, just cut out of the black adorable scoreable and matte and layered onto that gold shimmer card, and a sentiment. And what a stunning classic card that is.
It's so pretty, isn't it?
So they are $14.99 each, or you can buy both. You need both, definitely. So they're $24.98. So you're saving £5 if you buy the both of them together. So I would definitely recommend. Like I say, your dies, you're going to have it forever.
Yeah.
So whatever, and they'll work with any other Art Deco collections that you've got as well. Maybe the larger sentiments with the tiled background as well. So $24.98 for those two. So I'll just show you some of the card samples that we've got using some of these.
They're all gorgeous.
They are just stunning, aren't they? So that's used.
I love that
both
coloured
of the
in.
dies.
I think colouring it in looks really good, but also just using it as a silhouette is really striking.
That would look lovely, especially because there's lots of the black and the gold colours in here as well. And then just cutting into it and just adding. I love this one. Just adding.
This is really nice.
That's such a clever idea, isn't it? You're also almost creating your own patterned paper, aren't you, by doing it like that?
I do like that design.
Yeah, a small bit of your cardstock and one topper, and you've got a stunning card there. Oh, I love this. I'm going to say that about all of them. I'm going to have to stop saying it. But
this is a really nice idea as well,
though. The flowers have been
though.
fussy cut out and just added onto the card.
It's a really good idea.
And they've just cut a corner of that die there just to add to the front. So again, chop into it, just add certain elements to it. I love the blue card in this.
Ooh,
with the foiled
look at
snowflakes.
that. I don't think I saw that
Fancy,
one.
isn't it?
It's so nice.
But again, you can see with the die how detailed it is, that you can just cut it in one
Is this one of
colour.
Barbara's cards?
Yes. How did you guess?
Because I hadn't seen it, and I knew that Barbara worked on it, but it's
so you've
very,
got the
very
feathers
good.
added as well.
I love the diamond shape she's created with that die.
It's just gorgeous,
I wouldn't even have thought to actually cut it out and then cut out shapes from it.
No, and
that's
that's
what
what
she's done.
almost all of
Oh,
these
wow.
Yeah, I've always used it as the whole panel.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
chop
looks
into
so
it.
good.
And this one here, you've just got again some of the smaller elements, the shoes, the flowers. And just look how gorgeous they look, matte and layered. And just added you sort of gems into the centre of the flowers there as well. Just for that finishing touch.
So pretty. They are absolutely stunning. Oh, look at that one too.
Just the colours are just
It's
gorgeous.
amazing.
You've got this one cut in that the blue mirror card.
Nice. It looks good cut out of coloured mirror, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? But they're just gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I just love them all.
Oh, the feathers add such a good touch.
They do.
If you've got feathers, that's definitely something I'd be doing. Throwing in as much as you can to make these cards look absolutely stunning.
They're just amazing. So just to recap then, the full collection. So it contains a luxury topper collection. So you've got 8 topper sheets. There's 4 designs, so you'll get 2 of each. You've then got the inserts that will just add that finishing touch to your card. And then the picture perfect pad. So you've got, it's £31.97. So you are saving £8 by buying it as a bundle. If you want to, you can get the topper collection, the inserts and the picture perfect pad on their own as well, or if you want an extra one of any of those elements as well. So you've got the luxury topper collection is $19.99. If you're in the Diamond Club, it is just $17.99. Are we going to another demo?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this image from our paper pad. Now you can see I've kind of got like layouts of Miri, and I was just looking through my other stuff, so I'm going to use this cardstock because that brings out the pinks, and then I'm going to use this from the paper pad, which is a different page, but that really brings out these like green elements. So I'm going to do 5 by 7. I'm going to trim this to 1/4 shorter. So I'm not using this full bit because again, you want to be mixing and matching all of your stash, all of your patterns. It's going to work really nicely. And then I've got a panel here which is 3 by 6. So again, I'm going to cut that down 1/4 shorter. So that's going to be 2 and 3/4 by 5 and 3/4. And I'm going to bring that piece in. And then I'm also going to bring in some acetate because, you know, you've got to have all the fancy cards with it and designs with this. So I'm going to cut this to 6 by 7. And I love the sort of really gorgeous scallop design that we've got on this. Reminds me of like a theatre with like the fancy
it does the drapes
that you've got. It's often sort of like in the architecture as well, isn't it? With like the marble and the stone. So we're going to just add my score line in here at 1. Now I've made this quite thick, but we are going to sort of build our card blank instead of adding onto a card blank again. So I think all my cards I've made have been like this today. I've not used a card blank for any of them.
I think that I found that with this collection, I wanted to kind of create
use
your own, isn't it? And
use everything that you've got here. So I thought my big, must have lost it. Oh no, it's there. Big red tape again, just to secure this down. So that is going to go onto my piece of Miri. I'm going to stick that straight down onto here.
I love the acetate when there's just the hint of the foiling and the small sections of it foiled.
Just a little touch, isn't it? But it's so beautiful. And then I'm going to use my tape runner now just to stick in my back piece of cardstock. And this is going to make sure that acetate is encapsulated. So just make sure your patterns are all facing the way that you want them to go. And then I'm going to stick this one on next. Now with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my panel where I want it, but I'm actually going to stick it to the inside of my card, and that's going to help a lot with my hiding of my workings. So that can just go, I can just line that up on the back, and then I can stick that down, and then I'm going to pop this panel in. I have to get all the sticky tape off this mat once we finish because everything keeps sticking to it.
I love those two colours together.
They work really good, don't they?
Nice.
And they're not even like from the same image, and they don't go with the main colours that are in here, but it works so well.
Yeah.
So then this is going to go over the top. So I'm kind of playing around with those Art Deco shapes as well when I'm thinking about how this card's going to look.
Oh, I love it.
I did kind of want this to be a little bit more that way, but I'm going to pop it here so it's central.
Yeah, I like it there, yeah.
So again, I'm just going to go in with my tape runner. I'm going to add that onto here. And then I just think we need to elevate that centre a little bit. So I'm going to take another piece from my cardstock and I'm going to fussy cut out that circle. You can do it with like the gold included or without the gold. I should have really done it with the little gold circle, however I've chosen not to. But it's too late now because I've cut it.
You can fussy cut these because you get 4 pages of each.
You could do one that has this image and then one that has the gold bit and then one that has the berries and then go into the full image, couldn't you? And that would look so pretty all laid up. So just following,
creating your own decoupage, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's what, because you get 4 of each, that's why these pads are so great. And also because all the sizes are completely different as well. It just works so well together.
I think that's maybe why we've created, not used sort of original card blanks and created our own cards, because there's so many different options.
So I'm going to pop that on with foam pads. Make sure that's nice and straight. Just gives it that little bit of a different look. That is going to go on again with foam pads. So I'm going to pop those on, and you want to be careful just to make sure that your foam pads are sort of housed within that cardstock, so that you're not going to see those working. So just popping that on there. And then I'm going to add one of my lovely ladies onto here as well. So I've got my die ready to go, and I'm going to be really cheeky and I'm going to see if I can cut it out twice in one go. Testing my die cutting machine here.
But that's a good thing about dies, isn't it? You can just test them with your scraps of paper.
If it doesn't cut out, well, you can just cut it again. It's not a problem, is it? I've used a sentiment actually from the collection as well. So I did think about making this card and making it bigger and actually using the topper that is the exact same image here, because I just love this design. But I did think against it in the end. So I cut this out twice. I've got one from Gold Mirror and I've got one from the Gorgeous Burgundy, which you've got. Look at how the detail sits in there.
Even when you doubled it up,
I know, the detail it's really good. Through. So you've got bits and pieces that sort of obviously pop out. So just make sure all of those images are out if you want them to be. They don't have to be. And then I'm just going to drop shadow this onto here. So just giving it a little bit of touch of gold, and then I think I'm going to layer her right there on the corner of my card. So I'm going to use my Dotty tape runner for this. Oh, you're going to have to bear with me, I've got a very itchy eye. Oh, that was funny. So I'm going to
the Dotty tape runner is perfect for doing these sorts of
really
things,
good, because it's got so many little gaps in this design as well that you don't want it to sort of come away. And then it's just about deciding how much and what side you want your design to fall on. So I think I'm going to go, I think I'm happy with the bottom there, and then I'll just bring that up a little bit onto there. Oh, it's looking very cool now. And then I'll pop her on there just to see what foam pads I need. And I think if I go with, because that obviously needs to be doubled, so I can just move that around there so that section is all doubled up, and that'll fit perfectly. And then I can use another strip foam pad just to go around the rest of it, because that is going to sit the same height as the other panel.
So you said this was a 5x7?
This is a 5x7, yeah. There's quite a lot going on for a 5x7, but it works. So I'm going to pop that on there, and then my little Merry Christmas can go down the corner here. So, and again, I've got some little leftover panel there. And go crazy with your gemstones as well, because this is a collection where they are really going to sort of come to life. So that can
definitely
go,
especially your gold.
Yeah.
And then you can even colour them, can't you, the gems with your craft markers. Look at that card.
I love this. there's so much detail to it and there's so much going on, but everything works really well together.
And you haven't used much of anything from the collection, have you?
I'm just thinking the only thing I would probably want to do to elevate this is I would cut this out from a blue mirror and then fussy cut it out. So do you know, like this sleeves here on a dress?
Yes.
And maybe her headdress.
Just to add the
just have them
finishing
blue,
touches.
so it was like different, so it stands out a little bit more. But I absolutely love this collection.
That is stunning.
I love it.
3
It's so
gorgeous
nice.
demos. Everyone on Facebook and YouTube has absolutely loved all of them.
It's just so easy to craft with, isn't it? I could genuinely just sit here and make things all day.
Should we just carry on?
I honestly, I could.
Yeah. But you know, when your collection comes, watch these back.
Yeah.
You know,
Watch your shows back
we're
on
more
Hobby
than happy,
Maker.
aren't we, for you to sort of copy
Yeah,
the
yeah.
designs that we've done as well.
Take inspiration from that and send us pictures as well, because we always
please
like
do.
to see
Yeah, I'd love to see
the
that.
cards that you've made that are inspired by what we've done. So do that too.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
Brilliant,
you.
thank you. So the Win It Weekly, I get to do the winners.
You do.
How exciting. So the question was, roughly how many miles does Santa travel per second when delivering presents? And the answer was A, 1,800 miles. So it says on here, Father Christmas is incredibly smart, so he'll know to travel from east to west with the sun.
You're clever.
That way he'll maximise his available night time. That's what we need to do. Assuming children sleep for 8 hours, not all of them, he has 24 hours plus those 8 to finish the job, travelling a distance of 342,510,000 kilometres in 32 hours.
Wow. He's a busy boy, isn't he, on Christmas Eve?
He is giving a speed of 10,703,437.5 kilometres per hour. I wasn't travelling that fast last night on the motorway.
I don't
It
think
was
I
more
could.
like 20 miles an hour.
I don't think I could.
So
It's just too quick.
Yeah. So there you go. Well done if you answered A, 1,800. You were correct.
Who are the winners?
We got the
Who
winners.
are the winners, Jess?
So the winners of the 4 colour block paper pads are Fiona Duthie, Faye Beresford Green, Wendy Boyer and Sharon Brogan. Congratulations to the 4 of you. Your prizes will be sent out to you shortly.
Yeah, just send
Well
us a
done,
little.
how exciting.
Send us a little message. You can message studio at Hunky Dory, or send an email to customer service as well with your details, and we'll get it sent out to you.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Oh, I'm scared.
There's only
now.
one more thing to do on a Friday, though,
I'm
isn't
scared.
there? Spin the wheel.
I have never done this before. So.
What's the question this week, though? Is it a good one?
So, well, if we haven't eaten yet, we are going to get very hungry. So it's
no.
National Sandwich Month.
Oh.
So the big question is, what's your go-to sandwich filling? Let us know, Jess.
I like chicken and sweet corn.
Oh,
Jess.
nice. Lot with mayo?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Nice.
Jess doesn't eat anything in life without mayo.
What bread?
I like, seeds like granary.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Natalie?
I would go for like a BLT, but with chicken, so like a club sandwich on
Nice.
sourdough. I love sourdough bread or tiger bread
Tiger bread.
with like loads and
And
loads
the
of
smell of it
butter.
when you go in a shop and
Yeah.
it's still warm and you pick it up.
Loads of butter, loads of mayo.
And I think it depends on
Really
the time
hungry
of
now.
day, doesn't it? Because I think pre midday I would go like nice bacon and egg
Yeah,
sort of sandwich.
that's true
Whereas
actually.
after midday, maybe.
I'm a fan of a bacon and brie as well,
Oh, I love brie. Yeah.
any time of the year.
I quite like a cheese ploughman's as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Bit of pickle and salad on it. Yeah.
I am hungry now.
Tuna.
I do like a tuna. I often fluctuate when we go down to Hobby Maker. There's a very famous sandwich shop just around the corner
Is there?
from the studio. Yeah,
I didn't know this.
near the McDonald's.
I,
Have you ever gone that way?
Once or twice.
If you go near the McDonald's, it's like across the way. There's also
Okay.
a Greg's. You can get the sausage rolls. But yeah, very hidden away. But there's a famous sandwich shop there, and I fluctuate between like a Italian BMT and a tuna. But I always think who I'm on with and what time of the day it is, because you don't want tuna breath when you stood really close,
Yeah,
especially if it's Nigel.
I did have onion barges for lunch yesterday. I regretted it straight after.
What are people going to win, though?
Can I spin the wheel?
Spin it. We'll find out what's for an offer. It's been changed as well. Look at all those good deals you've got on there. Oh, that's a good one. 5 Prism ink pads.
So do they get a choice of which ones they want?
A choice of colours.
Okay, so maybe if you've already got some of the Prism ink pads, have a look and see which ones you haven't got.
Yeah.
If there's something you use really regularly, maybe you want a double of some of them.
Yeah.
So please let us know.
I would be picking my favourites. I'd be getting spearmint.
I use that one so much.
I love that colour. I would be using tangerine.
I mean, I quite like the pinks and the greens as
I
well.
like
It's
the
florally cards.
the vintage rose is really nice, and
Yes.
the khaki as well. That's a really I use that all the time.
And I quite like the blush because it's quite subtle.
Yeah.
If you're doing like your masking on your background,
it
that's
just
quite
looks
nice
really
as well.
really delicate, doesn't it? But yeah, what sandwiches are people liking? Do you know, Jess?
Oh, cheese with beetroot chutney and wholemeal seeded bread.
Nice. I think that's
Bananas.
a
On
banana
plain Scottish
sandwich.
bread.
Nice.
Banana and honey.
Oh, a crisp
Oh,
sandwich.
here's another one we didn't.
Just crisps.
Egg mayo.
I had an egg mayo. I had one the other day as well. My grandma-in-law, she makes the best egg
Yeah.
sandwiches.
I feel like it's a party sandwich, that is, like when you go to parties.
But again, loads of butter.
Bacon, brie and cranberry on bloomer.
Oh my goodness.
Cottage cheese, sultanas and walnuts.
Oh, you're making
What a
me want to
combination.
try these combos.
I was going to say, that's why I'm looking through them. I know.
I imagine that's
Makes
quite
my
nice,
lunch look a bit
actually.
boring now. We'll all have to go out and get some eat.
I love blue cheese as well. Any cheese, but blue cheese and brie are my favourite. Love a mozzarella.
Karen's just about to have a sausage butty. Can't beat it.
No. Sausage butty on a Saturday. Love it.
Oh, and Diane says a chip butty. Yes.
If you have a chip butty though, do you put gravy on it?
No.
Do you not?
No.
I love a chip butty with gravy. A little bit though. Make it dead thick so it doesn't go everywhere. And then a bit of cheese as well.
Oh, nice.
So it melts in.
I don't really want my salad now for lunch. So do we have a winner for the spin the wheel?
Have you got it, Jess?
Yeah, we do on Facebook. Linda Bott, and she said a tuna mayo with onion on Thai bread.
Oh, a tuna
Oh.
mayo.
Yeah, a bit
I
like a
do
tuna
love a tuna
crunch.
and cheese.
Yeah.
Tuna and cheese, onions.
Yeah.
Oh, who was it?
Linda Bott.
Linda Bott.
Congratulations. So you've won the 5 Prism ink pads. So they email in.
Yeah, email in, let us know what you want, and we'll send it out to you as soon as we get your email. Congratulations.
Well done. So lastly then, our TV schedule coming up. Join Pauline this Sunday at Hobby Maker. She's got the best of Christmas, so that will be brilliant to catch up on all the collections that we've been bringing out. Catch her at 1 p.m. with the Blockbuster 2024, 3 p.m. with the Deco Large, 6 p.m. with Pocket Pads, and then 8 p.m. with the Stained Glass Christmas. That sounds like a good day.
It's a good day,
So
isn't
if you
it?
need more inspiration for your Christmas makes, don't forget to tune into Hobby Maker with Pauline on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then next up on Hunky Dory TV, the festivities just carry on.
They do.
We're just going to carry on. We
So
love it
nice.
too much. So we've got a big week ahead. We're kicking off Monday with a brand new launch. I don't even know what this is. I'm going to have to ask you after the show. So
Surprise.
Anne-Marie will be back.
She is. Anne-Marie's back. She was back yesterday, actually. She messaged me when she was in the car on the way home. She's had the best time. So
I mean, the photographs look like
the
it was
photographs
amazing.
looks like it's been a great time. So I'm sure she'll tell us all about her holiday. You'll get to know all the bits and pieces on Monday. But yeah, I think it's me and Anne-Marie. It's a big launch, so don't miss it.
Exciting.
It's so good.
Thank you so much for your demos today.
Thank you so
Hope
much for your amazing presentation skills.
Apologies.
It's been good. It's been great.
They may or may not let me back. I
She's
don't know.
definitely coming
I may
back.
see you next week. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.